Hello friends, now you are going to learn English phrasal verb cope with example sentences, and these example sentences will help you understand the concept and context clearly. So let's get started. To cope with means to manage someone or something which is difficult, or to deal with a difficult situation or an unpleasant person. Suppose many of your colleagues are on leave, so your workload has increased and you are unable to handle too much of extra work. Then you will say, I am unable to cope with the heavy workload. I am unable to cope with the heavy workload. Another example. Many people fall sick when they cannot cope with stressful situations. Many people fall sick when they cannot cope with stressful situations. Some people use cope up with, which is wrong. It should be only cope with, not cope up with. Another example. The local administration has widened the road to cope with increased traffic. The local administration has widened the road to cope with increased traffic. It means the local administration has widened the road to deal with or to manage increased traffic. We should all learn the art of coping with stress. We should all learn the art of coping with stress. Phrasal verb cope with is also used in reference to person, such as she finds it difficult to cope with her two stubborn children. She finds it difficult to cope with her two stubborn children. It means she finds it difficult to manage her two stubborn children. You can make many more sentences with cope with using these combinations, such as cope with loneliness, cope with water shortage, cope with arrogant people, cope with unemployment, cope with illness, cope with cold weather, cope with emotions, and cope with inflation. And you can post your sentence as a comment. If you are new here, you can subscribe and hit the bell icon for timely notifications. Best of luck!